Hello! Today we are going to be talking about My Hero Academia. I am now caught up with the English dub of the anime, and that's my core. That's what I watch. I don't watch the Japanese because I just kind of want to stick to one thing, and I don't read the manga, which maybe in the future, who knows? I don't know. But for now, I'm watching the English dub of the anime, and 100% I love My Hero Academia. It's honestly one of the best shonen out there, maybe period. But I'm enjoying it a lot. The last two episodes, we just got past the hero license examination thingamajigger. Almost all of our main cast got their licenses except for a few. Todoroki, who learned from his experience and is going to take that extra course to get it eventually. That new guy from the one, I think Shiketsu High, I don't remember his name, but the guy with the wind. So the two of them didn't pass. And of course, Bakugo. Bakugo has a real temper, and that's big reason why he didn't pass. So the reason I'm talking about that is because I want to lead into these two episodes. I'm not going to talk in great depth about those two episodes, but I want to talk about two very important characters in those episodes, and that's Bakugo and Midoriya. Obviously, Midoriya is the main character, and there's always been a huge rivalry between the two, but it's always been a really, rough rivalry. When I think about anime rivalries, I'm thinking of Naruto and Sasuke specifically, anyways. And despite how their relationship ended up going, at the very least in the early days, they actually became rivals. And even if they didn't quite like each other, eventually they kind of came around to each other, and they were just always pushing each other to go and go and go. Bakugo and Midoriya has always been really, really aggressive. Bakugo is an outspoken, kind of aggressive person, and that's fine. But for Midoriya, he's always been really, really mean for zero reason whatsoever. And in these two episodes, we dive a little bit more into their relationship. And I have a question. Am I supposed to feel bad for Bakugo? It tugs on the heartstrings a little bit between them, because you're learning that Bakugo, he's always had a problem with Midoriya because he thinks that Midoriya is looking down on him, which is dumb, and because obviously Midoriya doesn't. And Midoriya has always looked up to him, and I think he's got a lot more going on in his head than he leads on. He's carrying a lot of baggage for no reason at all, because he's a talented person. He's got a really cool quirk, and he's always, despite his attitude, he always does really well in what he does. I think he's afraid that maybe he's not as good as he actually is. Seeing Midoriya come up from absolutely nothing and having no power, then getting a power, and then all of a sudden becoming really good with that power, and not only that, but his power is super similar to All Might, who they both adore and idolize. There's a whole lot going on there, and it kind of comes to a head in these two episodes, where Bakugo and Midoriya finally really have it out at each other. And obviously at this point, Bakugo has fully pieced it together that Midoriya's powers, his quirk, is is one for all, and is actually his power was borrowed from, not borrowed, but taken, I guess technically, from All Might. So that's a whole other thing, that if it was a power that was taken from another hero or whatever, or passed down from a different hero, that would have been one whole thing. I think Bakugo would have had less of a problem if it was something different entirely. But because it is All Might's power, All Might's quirk, that's one more thing that really sets Bakugo off about Midoriya. This kid that is supposed to be weaker than Bakugo. He's supposed to be a little crybaby, but now Midoriya has skyrocketed past him so far that angers Bakugo, and not because it is going to push him necessarily to do better, but because he's always been better than Midoriya, and as far as that goes, And now all of a sudden he feels like not only has he always felt like Midoriya has looked down on him, now Midoriya has the ability to essentially look down on him to some degree, and is using the quirk from the person that they both idolize the most. And so that all just grinds together into this angry, passionate speech that Bakugo gives Midoriya. And again, it's a very complex situation. Their relationship, even they chill out. The both of them chill out by the end after they kind of just I guess air their grievances with each other, and they've become official they have become real rivals at this point. I think going forward they'll both be, not that Midoriya was ever aggressive towards Bakugo, but I think Bakugo will be a little bit nicer to Midoriya. I think they will become good rivals to push each other to do better going forward. But prior to that, even still going forward, their relationship is so weird because they're friends, but they're not really, because Bakugo is kind of a dickhead. And I think eventually the smoke will clear, because Bakugo's got an explosion smoking, whatever. I think eventually everything will clear and they'll be very good rivals. I honestly think that Bakugo and Midoriya will be the top two after they become official heroes. I think Midoriya will be number one and finally take over as the official top hero, and then Bakugo will take over as number two and kind of dethrone Endeavor whenever that happens. I don't know what's going on with that. I've heard a lot of things. I don't want to know about that. But anyways, I think when the two of them grow up and become official heroes, the two of them will be 100% the top two. Todoroki, I think, will maybe Bakugo and Todoroki will be jockeying for number one, but Midoriya being at the top. Anyway, I have a love-hate relationship with their relationship. I hate the way that Bakugo acts to Midoriya, because he doesn't really act that way towards anybody else. And if it was one thing where it was just he lashes out at absolutely everybody and kind of digs deep for everybody else, and that would be one thing. But he very shallowly lashes out at everybody else, but for Midoriya he really gives it to him, and that has driven Midoriya to work super, super hard. It's kind of an abusive relationship where Izuku wants to become as good as he can, because he wants to be as good as Bakugo. He wants to have that kind of quality control over his quirk like Bakugo and be as cool as Bakugo. And without that kind of relationship, maybe Izuku wouldn't have worked so hard. He has other reasons to work hard for it, but I don't know. I've got a very, very, very frustrating relationship with their relationship. I hope it's smoothed over a little bit anyways, so that it's not quite as frustrating. What do you guys think? Should we feel bad for Bakugo because he's because he's not as cool as he thinks he is, or because he's not as good as he thinks he is, and that Midoriya is jumping higher than him? I'm not going to be able to forgive Bakugo for everything throughout the series that he's done. Maybe he'll eventually come around and chill out entirely, and they'll just be kind of more of a Goku and Vegeta style thing, where it's oh yeah, they argue and they're idiots or whatever, and they kind of give each other glaring looks. Ultimately, they are friends together. Maybe that's where things end. I hope so. As far as the actual episodes go, the fight was phenomenal. I liked the fight. I thought it was really good. It was a lot of passion, a lot of excitement. They were doing them. They were doing some things that they weren't supposed to. They weren't supposed to be out, first of all, and then they weren't supposed to be fighting. Bakugo, especially, since he doesn't even have his freaking license yet, or preliminary license, I guess. That's the real thing. But yeah, I thought it was a really good couple of episodes. I thought it was cool to see all three, Bakugo, Midoriya, and All Might, kind of come together and be everything's out on the table. You guys needed to kind of do this just to clear the air. Now Bakugo officially knows about Midoriya and All Might's quirk, so that's kind of cool. They got another person to kind of help, even though it's supposed to be a secret. I don't know, whatever. Either way, I liked the episodes. I'm still really angry at Bakugo. This has been a very Bakugo-centric video, I guess. I'm very angry at Bakugo. Let me know what you guys think of their relationship. Do you like Bakugo? Do you like how he treats Midoriya? Or do you like their relationship in general? Let me know down in the comments. I guess that's all I gotta say. I just wanted to vent about it. I will see you guys in another video. See you later.